with me for a minute. I didn't drive up to this property. I actually walked a couple of blocks to get here because sometimes the best way to understand a property isn't just to look at the house, it's to experience the neighborhood around it. Today, I'm at 2904 Ruth Street here in Houston, Texas, taking a look at this duplex. One thing I always think about when I'm looking at properties like this is who could see themselves living here. And I say that because a duplex isn't just a building. It can be a home for one family, another home for someone else, or an opportunity for someone who wants their property to work a little harder for them. Standing here after walking through the neighborhood to get here, you start to get a different feeling for the location. You get to see the streets, you get to see the homes around it, you get to imagine what it might actually feel to come home here every day. Now let's walk through the property itself. This is a duplex, which immediately gives us an interesting conversation about possibilities. Whether you're thinking about living in one side and renting the other, looking for an investment property, or simply exploring what Houston real estate has to offer, this kind of property can make you stop and think. So instead of just telling you what I see, let me walk you through it and you decide what you think. As we walk through, I want you to pay attention to the things that matter beyond the pictures. How much natural light comes in? How does this space flow? Can you picture your furniture here? Could you actually see yourself living here? And if you're looking at it as an investment, can you see the potential? Because at the end of the day, real estate is personal. Numbers matter, location matters, conditions matter. But so does that feeling you get when you walk through the door and think, I can actually see myself here. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. I walked a couple of blocks to get here, and honestly, I think that was part of the story, because a property doesn't exist by itself. It exists in a neighborhood surrounded by people, streets, memories, and possibilities. So if you were standing here with me at 2904 Ruth Street, what would you see? Would you see a home, an investment, or maybe a little bit of both? The fact that this is a duplex is what makes this property especially interesting and special, because now we're not just talking about one living space, we're talking about two that opens up to different possibilities. For someone looking for an investment property, the idea of having multiple units under one property can be appealing. For someone who wants to occupy one side, there may be a possibility of having another household to occupy the other. And for someone who's thinking longer term, it's worth asking yourself what this property would look like with the right vision and the right plan. Of course, you always want to do your homework, right? We look at the numbers, the condition, you look at the neighborhood, and you definitely have to understand the rental market and make sure the property fits your individual goals. But that's what makes a property like this worth taking a closer look at. Do you agree? So here we are, 2904 Ruth Street, a duplex here in Houston with its own story and potentially a story that somebody else gets to continue. And that's really what I want you to take away from this. Don't just look at a property and ask, what is it? Ask yourself, what could it become? Could this be a home? Could this be an investment? Could this be a place where someone starts a new chapter? Maybe, and that's for you to decide. I walked a couple of blocks to get here, and I'm glad I did, because sometimes you need to slow down and really see a place before you can understand its potential. So if you were standing here with me at 2904 Ruth Street, what would you see? A home, an investment, or maybe a little bit of both? Let me know what you think. And if you want to walk through more Houston properties with me, I'll see you at the next one.